How do I feel today? Am I a drama queen or am I a happy camper? Have you ever been in a meeting and the project or the program that you're working on is being discussed? They're talking about it like you're not in the room, sharing comments, feedback, ideas, critique, and you're starting to feel a little bothered. You feel like you want to say something. Your emotions get bottled up, and then all of a sudden, boom, passionate outburst for 5 minutes about why or how or this or that. And then you sit back, feeling great for 5 seconds when you realize the damage you may have done. That happens to me all the time. So we're going to talk about passionate outbursts in this episode of the MC Minute, communications tips and techniques you can use today. So, has that ever happened to you? A passionate outburst, the defensiveness? I remember when I was in theater, we used to have group critiques after a rehearsal. And it's very common to have notes after a show or after a rehearsal. You can get a little defensive when you're hearing perceived personal attacks on you and your work. Flash forward to my career as a meeting planner when we would have debriefs after a big event. All of the hard work and the sweat and the tears that you put into the event, and then sitting around at a table and talking about the event very unfiltered, and wow, it could really get under your skin. And it absolutely would get under mine. In fact, I left many debriefs and many critique sessions in tears and anger until I learned a few techniques. The passionate outburst can actually work to your advantage if it's purposeful. A purposeful passion. If you're leading a project, if you're part of a team, the work you share, the work you do is important. It comes from so deep within that it's very personal at times. One of the techniques to use when you are in the middle of a group discussion or a critique or a debrief is to just step back and reframe. The group is not talking about you specifically, and if they do, that's a separate entity, but they're talking about the program. They're talking about facts. They're not saying, Lynne, you are a terrible person and you did awful things. Once you take that away, that it's not about you, it's about the actual betterment of a program, then you can see the bigger picture. You could see that some of the ideas and thoughts and comments are not a personal attack. They're actually moving the program forward. You hear me talk about breathing so often, but ultimately taking not only a breath to calm yourself, but taking a beat to absorb the information first, take it in, take a beat, and then respond. Most likely, the anger or the excitement will slowly subside and you'll be able to professionally answer the question in a more practical sense. And now the third is when the passion actually serves the discussion and moves the discussion forward. If you actually need to inspire a group or motivate a team or bring a point home, then you can use your own genuine feelings about the project to really drive that message home. That's purposeful passion. I was at a community meeting last night and I knew the topic was so personal to me that I couldn't see the forest for the trees. And so I promised the group who were facilitating the discussion that I would step back, I would listen with my head, not my heart, and listen to what was being said. And I did that. I did breathing exercises before the meeting, knowing that I was going to be angry at some of the things, knowing I would be defensive with some of the comments. Couldn't hold back any longer at one point because I knew that my personal story would potentially benefit. And my passion for the work that I had done would come out in a positive way versus just as an outburst. So I took a shot. Purposeful passion, and it ultimately paid off. So what did we learn today? When you are excited or feel very strongly about a program or a project or something that you are attached to because you've worked long and hard, it's fine to contribute to the conversation. It's not fine to add angry outbursts that could potentially make you look bad, make the program look bad, or derail the project. So what do? You stop and you refrain. No, it's not about you. It's about the bigger picture. Take that breath, take that beat, listen to the question, and then answer calmly and rationally. And then sometimes the purposeful, passionate insert is good as long as it's short, positive, and to the point. I hope you learned a little something today in this week's MC Minute. I look forward to sharing more tips and techniques every week on Tuesday. And while you're at it, pop onto LynneMagnavite.com and sign up for my newsletter for additional tips, techniques, stories, articles that I'd love to share with you. Thanks so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day.